everybody. Memorial Day weekend 2021, start of summer. That's the edition we got for you of Dinner Plus Drinks podcast.
But I'm in a sweater today because it's cold and rainy.
I know. I'm in this, little Patagonia vest thingy because it's
freezing out.
It's 55.
Okay, it's not freezing. It's actually beautiful. I love this weather.
Yeah, this is like your Seattle weather.
It's
going to be a little overcast, a little drizzly.
I think it's supposed to hard rain later.
Is it really?
Yeah, tonight at some point.
Good for the trees I planted.
Oh, that's so nice.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn. My lawn needs to be mowed maybe before the rain comes.
Tyler, what you doing?
No way, man. We pay our neighbor to do it.
Oh, that's right.
He's a teenager. He loves it.
Get out there and do it, teenager.
We don't have time for that. He's at school, so stay in school. Do it after.
Don't stay in school. You don't learn anything in school. What you learn from is hard work. Get out there, mow that lawn.
Skip school and mow our lawn.
$20 today in Bitcoin will be worth, I don't know, maybe $19 in 50 years.
Maybe 20 cents.
Who
I don't
knows?
know anything about Bitcoin.
Also, maybe $5 million. You don't know. It's volatile.
Gamble. Well, Memorial Day. Hope you guys are doing something fun.
Do something fun.
We're getting the pool ready for the weekend, but it's going to be not warm. So it's going to be fine, 68 and sunny, I think, later.
I love when people in Wisconsin say, I got the pool out. It's a heated pool, so don't worry about it.
The pool's been out. It just, yeah.
No, it doesn't matter. It's not a hot tub. It doesn't matter if your pool's heated. If it's below 80 degrees, it's cold.
It's too cold.
It is cold.
Also, this is the most Wisconsin thing. Someone called me out on this the other day. Might have been Shannon. We were talking about the weather, and she's like, that's the most Wisconsin thing where we all just talk about the weather. And I'm like, yes.
Little sneak peek.
Yes,
we might have some How Wisconsin Are You? That may or may not be a discussion of How Wisconsin Are You? And we're gonna want some participation.
We are. We expect you to respond with this one. I will say, as I was getting in the shower this morning, my bathroom window was open. It was cold. And I was like, I'm going to talk about this on the podcast. And then I'm going to make fun of myself for talking about the weather.
Did you have the window open, the space heater on?
Yeah, all the things.
Sarah and I are very big fan people. So we like to have a fan on us as we sleep. We like to have a lot of covers, but then the house cool. And maybe a window open.
Oh, no, yeah. Oh. I do remember my dad, when we were little, used to blast the heat, but make us go in the convertible. Or not make us, we wanted to. And I used to love it. Now I do that. I'll roll all the windows down and turn the heat on. Anyway, guys,
back in the day when Sarah and I were just dating and it was a 25-minute drive between the two of us. I'd be going home late at night. I'd roll those windows down, driving down the country roads between Fontana and Genoa City.
That's a long drive.
And, because
there's no easy way to get there.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it is, because you gotta
drive. Yes.
But I'd blast a little Africa by Toto.
Sure.
But yeah, you gotta turn up the heat.
I've been
Wisconsin vibes, y'all.
As I get in a funk, I've been putting on my 2000s hip hop Pandora.
You guys, there's nothing like a 2000 hip hop Pandora to say I'm from Sconsin.
And all the windows down. Okay, we're done talking about the weather for you guys.
You're the white girl rolling down Highway 100, blasted Nelly.
That's me. Yes, Nelly too. Someone as cool as Nelly, who I've seen in concert. Shocker, right?
Going about nostalgia.
Okay, yeah.
Have you seen the Friends reunion? Has it even out yet?
I think I just saw it on social media.
There's a lot of stuff leaking.
I think it's out today.
Are you a Friends person?
Okay, I saw this on the outline and I was like, shit, I have not been paying attention.
I gotta sign up for HBO Max to watch this.
Oh, this is HBO Max?
Yeah.
Well, F this, man. Everything I want to watch is on HBO Max.
Well, then why don't you sign up?
Because I have 800, I'm not paying for cable, but I will pay for Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus.
Get the free trial and cancel it. Don't you have... You have Bridget at Lake Geneva Country Meats. You have hello at dinnerplusdrinks.com.
You got a lot of emails. You're right.
You have Bill Baller 23 at gmail.com.
We are not doing that. Okay, so no, I haven't seen much about the Friends. I have not watched it, nor have I even seen too much about it. I know. I feel like I'm living in a hole. Tell me what you know.
Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer admitted to wanting to hook up hard in the first 2 or 3 seasons of the show off air.
Oh, I was like, what?
And it never quite worked out. I'm like, I knew it. I freaking knew it.
Okay, I saw somewhere, literally, I was on Facebook right before we jumped on air, and someone said, yeah, I cried in the first 5 minutes. So leads me to believe it came out last night or today.
I think it had to come out, last night, because all the stuff leaked. Evidently, Gaga showed up to sing Smelly Cat.
Oh my God, that's worth it.
So
I love Friends. I was watching some late night Friends when I was working last night because I watched Don't judge me, but I watch all of the Chicago Med, Fire, and PD.
Geez.
They're terrible.
Oh, jeez.
Shout out to my cousin Jessica, who she and I think Shannon, I think Shannon was there. We watched the first episode together, and we were like, we're never watching this again. This is the worst show in the world. Well, I got back into it, and there was it was a little heavy last night. It was the season finale, so I had to watch some Friends to make me not have nightmares when I sleep. So I was watching Friends last night, but it didn't, it was on TBS or some weird channel, so I don't know anything about the reunion.
I think it's time to drink.
I will watch it, though, sometime. This looks gross in a cup.
We got our Sky Vodka plastic cups. Again, how Sconsin are you? That's going to be the title of this episode, I think. How Sconsin are you?
Yeah, I like that.
I got some extra Sky Vodka plastic cups that I saved instead of throwing out the 5 extra cups.
Yeah,
and, we're going to use them. We're going to use them at some point. So they were in my cabinet up there. I got the stool out. And I'm really into, actually, me and my wife both, not Simona, so not all of my household, but the adult members of our household, we are responsible.
Not our 1.5-year-old.
We're into the canned cocktail things right now. Canned wine seems to be we have a few ones that are okay.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's bad. It was a fad. Done. But canned cocktails, they are figuring out some spritzy, delicious things that aren't quite the gross, flavorless seltzers.
Do you see me judging?
But aren't like wine. So this is House Wine. It's a big company out of Washington. Hi, Brittany. It's a ginger mule, so it's Sauvignon Blanc wine is the base, and then ginger and stuff.
So you'd consider this a house cocktail, not a house wine? Even though it is wine-based?
It's a wine cocktail.
It's a wine-based? I feel like, have we had the canned cocktails on here? Did we have the French 75 a million years ago?
I think we did, and that one was not good.
Yeah, straight up cocktail. Because you're it's fine, but I just want it to be the real drink. So wine-based.
Bridget likes more alcohol.
I just want it to be a real French 75. But these are pretty good.
Yeah, I was impressed by these House One Steve lemonades that are good. We have them in the store now.
Also, they're beautiful. If you're watching on YouTube, this one is the brownest one. So, it's a brown can. It looks whatever. But
they have different summery colors.
Really fun summery looking cans. Good for the boat. Or the
Continuing
beach.
how Sconsin you are, let me tell you about the best thing I ate this week. And Sarah ate it several times because she just kept the gravy train rolling.
Oh, man.
Bridget, do you remember back to Market Day?
Love me some Market Day.
The little home meal thing that was a fundraiser for your school, and it'd come up in frozen stuff. You stock your freezer in the basement, probably.
If you went to St. Francis, you got a casual day instead of uniform.
Casual day.
So if your mom forgot to place a Market Day order, you didn't get your casual day. I'm scarred by it. Can you tell?
Obviously. So we made Texas toast pepperoni pizzas, which are simple, delicious, great thing to make with your kids. Simona actually helped with this one.
Okay.
You get your loaf of Texas toast, garlic bread, whatever, your frozen stuff. Put the pieces on a sheet pan, bake it for 4 minutes or half, whatever the time is. It's usually an 8-minute time. Flip it over, put a layer of pizza sauce on, put some shredded mozzarella cheese and little pieces of pepperoni.
Yum.
And then I like to do a little Italian seasoning on top. I think that just makes it a little bit more gourmet.
Yeah, I was makes it fancy.
Makes it a little gourmet, maybe a little cracked red pepper if you like. Bake it another 6 minutes. You got to go a little longer in this one because it takes a little longer with all the stuff on top. Make sure it cooks through.
Some thick toast.
And my God, it is so good. It is so trashy.
So good.
It is so trashy.
Wait, why is this Market Day?
Market Day had these things.
Oh, we were chocolate pudding cake people at Market Day.
Oh, no. We did chicken Kievs.
Oh, yeah. We did chicken Kiev too. Have I told you? We did chicken Kiev forever. And then I continued eating it. We used to eat chicken Kiev on Christmas Eve. And Tyler, who I've been with for now 15 years, I don't know. He 2 years ago was like, Bridget, I got to tell you something. I'm like, oh my God. What's wrong? I hate chicken Kiev. Tyler's the most agreeable person in the world. For years, he was eating chicken Kiev, and he's like, I just don't get it. I'm like, this does not hurt my feelings, Tyler. It's a frozen breaded chicken.
Sarah took the initiative. We had some leftover hot dog buns. We ran out of Texas toast because we ate all of them. Simona ate 2 of these things. I swear to you, she ate 2 whole pieces of Texas toast like this.
I'm sorry. Are you telling me you're going to make a pizza out of hot dog buns?
So Sarah did this with hot dog buns. So I swear she got, necessity mother invention.
Yes.
She got up the melted butter, brushed the hot dog bun with the butter, put the pizza sauce on, little garlic, the mozzarella, the pepperoni, baked them up herself. So even if you don't have the garlic toast, do a Sarah.
She baked it up all by herself?
I mean, she's not known for being the one to come up with recipes or substitutes or do the cooking. So
good job, Sarah.
I mean, we got to be proud of her, right?
Real proud of your innovation.
I mean, Bridget, this podcast has inspired you to cook more. It's inspired Sarah to cook more.
Wait till you hear what I ate this week.
Was it chicken?
I did have chicken stir fry on here originally, and I was like, no, that's not the best thing I ate this week, because it was fine. But I did go like 2 days with, I was like, by the end of the day, I'm like, I don't know that I've had a vegetable all day. It's just been...
chicken counts as a vegetable, I think.
Tyler tried to tell me potatoes counted as a vegetable.
Yes,
and I was
they
like,
do, yeah. Were they red potatoes?
That's a carb. Like,
red potatoes are definitely a vegetable.
I mean something green.
Now, yellow potatoes, those are a carb.
Yeah. So he was trying to make me feel better. Was it last night or the night before? I was like, I just need to eat vegetables. And so we love broccoli in our house. And trees, we call them trees, the kids do. I just made a bowl of broccoli. Like I roasted it, used my air fryer. It's my favorite thing to use for roasting broccoli. Salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and red pepper flakes, and some Parmesan cheese. Nice. And I just had a bowl of broccoli, and it was delicious. I have nothing else to say. It's hilarious, the two things we ate this week, because I think it just goes to show that this week has been a little hectic.
A little bit.
A little hectic.
A little bit.
So we ate broccoli and pepperoni pizza, so we're doing great as a team here. But it's a great way to get your veggies in.
Cheers to us, Bridget.
Hey, guess what? I already had my veggie for the day today, so I feel okay. I put some broccoli in my eggs this morning.
I had dehydrated cheese curds. I'm going to count that.
Yeah, that's a vegetable.
For sure.
This very Wisconsin.
We, Yeah,
we're doing great.
Doing great. Doing great. Couple, work till 10 o'clock nights. We'll be there. But we're going to have some time off this weekend.
Are we? I don't know.
Maybe.
I think we're just trying to get ahead so we can breathe for a moment.
I like your news story that you have.
Because there's two of them?
Well, no, because actually I thought about doing this one because I was like very emotional about this.
I know.
And is this the thing about how, well, you talk about it.
Okay, great. So I put 2 articles down, and it's not because I can't decide. It's because they both talk about things that are important. So 2 very important children's book authors died this past week. So I hope you all know who Ehlert Carle is. He wrote Very Hungry Caterpillar amongst a million other beautiful books to look at. But also one of our librarian friends that Tyler used to work with actually posted, and I didn't even hear about this, which makes me so sad, that Lois Ehlert died as well, who wrote Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. Again, amongst other things, but it's interesting to me that we didn't hear about her at all, or I didn't at least see it anywhere on my newsfeed until I saw our friend Victoria post it. And Chicka Chicka Boom Boom was a big part of my childhood, and actually, like, Elliot's reading it in school this week. So I think that's fascinating. I hope they teach him that both of these authors were an important part of the world. Ehlert Carle was 91 when he died, so I think it's safe to say. I
didn't realize he was that old, yeah.
I didn't either, but I think it's safe to, at least it's nice that he lived a fulfilled life. And Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, Lois Ehlert was 86. So a little younger than I'd like to say, but yeah, so sad week in the children's book world.
I was going on a little rabbit hole with this stuff, and I guess they had to find, they couldn't, Hungry Caterpillar, they didn't have a printing press in America that could handle the necessities of the process they wanted to do to print the book.
Really?
So they had to go to Australia to get it printed and then get the books back over. So, groundbreaking technology, evidently, with how they wanted to do the printing. I didn't say exactly why, but I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah, it is. It's sad, but it's good, circle of life. But
circle of life.
It's a good lesson and thing to be able to talk about with the kids. So.
Caterpillar might eat your remains if you, do the...
He's a very hungry caterpillar.
He's a very hungry caterpillar. I mean, that seems fitting, right?
But also, Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. Like, let's not forget about her, man. She was born in Wisconsin. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, sorry. She was born in Beaver Dam. Okay,
I almost put this on the list of how Sconsin are you? Do you watch a movie and get super excited? Like Titanic, every time I'm from Wisconsin, Jack comes on. Like, yeah, Wisconsin!
Who's from Wisconsin?
Jack in Titanic.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, he's from Wisconsin.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Oh my God, Bridget, you are not from Wisconsin.
You guys, I think I am going to fail this little thing later. Okay, you go. You know what? I'm going to research this.
Okay, so it is Mental Health Awareness Month.
It is.
We've talked about that a little bit.
Yep.
You got a tweet to talk about that we got to give.
It's a Facebook post? Okay.
Oh, a Facebook post. We got to give Ryan Reynolds some credit here on this one. And I'm very, very aware of challenges of mental health and have a lot of compassion, I guess, towards this. And one of the things that I struggle with as an employer, as a manager, sometimes is how do you hold people to saying, look, we got a job to do. We need to get it done. And, you're being paid to do this, but also respect them as a human being, respect their needs as a person, and understanding everybody reacts differently and needs to be managed differently. And so that's a big struggle. And this article really spoke to me. Naomi Osaka, if you don't know her, she is a 23-year-old American-Japanese woman. She was born in America. She's now, she competes for Japan professionally. She's won 3 majors. She's ranked number 2 in the world, and she seems like a really smart, really lovely young lady. She gets...
she competes for Japan because?
Her parents are Japanese, and she decided to be Japanese because at the time it seemed like a better option for her.
She did not qualify to play on Team America?
She probably could have, but the endorsements...
I was just curious. I don't follow tennis. We were talking about this a little bit ahead of time.
I'm trying to be kind to her.
I know you are. But I feel like everyone needs to understand.
So... athletes are humans too. They still are people. Same thing with celebrities. We need to respect their right to privacy. But also she made $55 million last year in prize money and endorsements. And a lot of that was from endorsements. Tennis players are notorious for wearing huge watches while they play. They have bags that are too big. Yeah. Because watches, luxury brands are very big in tennis. Once you are done with the match, there's usually a post-match interview, and people will take the time to put their jacket back on, to put a watch back on, and make sure it's in frame. It's kind of like NASCAR, where you hold your can of Coke with the logo facing out as you're doing your post-race interview. The French Open is next month, and she announced on Instagram that she will not be doing press interviews for her mental health. She said, I've often felt that people have no regards for athletes' mental health, and this rings very true whenever I see a press conference or partake in one. We've often sat there and asked questions that we've been asked multiple times before, or asked questions that bring doubt into our minds, and I'm just not going to subject myself to people that doubt me. I've watched many clips of athletes breaking down after a loss in the press room, and I know you have as well. I believe that the whole situation is kicking a person while they're down, and I don't understand the reasoning behind it. Me not doing press is nothing personal to the tournament, and a couple journalists have entered me since I was young, so I have a friendly relationship with most of them. However, if the organizations think that they can just keep saying, do press or you're going to be fined, and continue to ignore the mental health of the athletes that are the centerpiece of their cooperation, then I just got to laugh.
Whoa.
That's bullshit. You made $50 million, and that's based on people watching you play a sport. And a lot of why you made money and why people want to endorse you is because of you and access to you. I respect your mental health, Naomi, but I make a lot less money than you and do a lot less celebrity things, and I have people come in and ask me the same annoying question every day too.
Right. I'm like, we still get kicked when we're down and don't make $55 million.
Sorry, Naomi, if you're not mentally strong enough to deal with a journalist asking you, hey, Naomi, what do you think went wrong after you lost this match? Mm-hmm. You're not a champion. It
brings up, I think, a greater picture about professional athletes, right? Like you chose a job in the public eye. So like saying, I don't want to be in the public eye, you are getting paid to work out, which is what other people kill to have time to do. I'm like, okay, maybe I can fit in this 20-minute run before getting my kids, whatever. If I was paid $1,000 an hour, whatever her salary breaks down to work out, I would do it. And then I would say, sure, you want to ask me a question about that?
And I have tremendous sympathy to this, and I get this. Yeah. And we've seen athletes take breaks, or we've seen things, but this doesn't seem like she's making a point constructively. Perhaps she's right. Maybe tennis does on-court interviews after you lose the final of a Grand Slam and you're expected to be gracious. She, in fact, won one at the U.S. Open, her first one, and Serena Williams had a meltdown.
Well, so maybe that's what needs to change. You don't have to be gracious. Yeah, just be real.
And that's maybe what I would have so much more respect for her if she said, look, I'm not going to do these ones that are 10 minutes after it because that's bullshit to put someone in that position and expect me to be gracious. But what I will do, give me an hour to cool down and I will do press.
Even that, I mean, okay, so this brings up to me a struggle. She said something about, I don't know, somewhere in there it made me think, okay, this is boundaries, right? This is what therapists say. Everyone's therapist says you have to have healthy boundaries. And I'm seeing like, I feel like our age is kind of right on the edge of like, we started talking about mental health and therapy, but a couple, even 5 years younger than us, everyone's like, I have all the boundaries, I'm doing nothing. Fuck you. And I'm like, well, I get that boundaries are important, but you still have to be a human being. So like, I don't know how to adequately express this, but I've struggled with this a lot as I watch other people struggle with mental health, and we all struggle with it. Like, what is appropriate? What is an appropriate amount of boundaries and an appropriate amount of gratitude, I guess.
And I hate doing the "she made $55 million" thing, because, you know, we want to say money shouldn't change people. We expect people to treat people like people, regardless of how rich or poor they are. But that much money means you never have to work a day again in your life, Naomi, if you don't want to. And
other people don't have that choice.
So if it really bothers you and is that bad for your lifestyle, and you've chosen to prioritize your lifestyle, quit tennis. Other athletes have made that choice.
That's true. That is true. It does feel a little privileged, the comment, because again, if I take this down onto a level of like my job or my family or any struggles with my kid, and I'm like, I actually... Elliot's principal, you can't talk to me because like I'm upset about something. I mean, that's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
Like, you can't talk to me today because I'm upset. Well, that'd be great if I could do that, but I've been crying 1 minute and then have someone else say something douchey to me the next minute, and I have no control over that.
She's an independent contractor. She owns her own business, Naomi Osaka Corp, or whatever you want to say. I own my own business. There's a local restaurant that said, please don't write negative reviews of us on Facebook. It hurts our feelings. When you own your own business, you don't get paid for your good days. You get paid for your bad days. And I think in sports, that's more than anything. There's a lot of people that can be really good when they're good, but it's how good are you when you're bad? And when you're struggling, how good are you? Can you get through? Can you grind through?
Yeah. Shows your character.
I don't get the choice of saying, oh, this person really is unhappy with the quality of the steak that they cooked wrong. I have to respond to them. I have to make it right. And I don't make anywhere near $55 million. So
what?
It's
like good for her for speaking up about mental health. Yeah. Maybe there's a happier middle ground.
Yeah. And that's, I guess, it's what, it's an age-old thing to say, oh, the kids today, they're not like,
but that's kind of what
I worry
about
these kids. Yeah. I think your point is exactly right on, where they have gone so far in this direction of no one can tell me nothing. I can do what I want.
And and guise it under boundaries.
Yeah. And that's,
I'm here to say boundaries are important. Like, of course, but you can't hide under that always.
And also the fact that you made $55 million changes, you have made that deal. Like, it changes. Yeah. If I was sponsoring you and you decided not to do interviews, I'd say, okay.
I actually am so curious. Is she going to lose sponsorships?
I'm not going to pay you because I paid you thinking I would get my watch on TV for this amount of time. Yeah. And that's like in NASCAR, they track that. There's earned media value. You could say, look, I'm not paying you.
So I wonder, one, if she'll lose him, or two,
if she said, I'm fine with that consequence, I would have a lot more respect for her.
Well, that's what I was going to say is like, or two, are they going to pull a contract and then she will be like shaming that company for pulling? So it's very interesting. I do want to touch on, Nick mentioned the Ryan Reynolds post. If you haven't seen it, you should. I saw it on Facebook. I'm sure it's everywhere. I love him, but we'll put a link to it too. And he posted about like, May is almost over. It's also Mental Health Awareness Month. And then he comments like, I'm posting this late and it's because I overschedule myself to mask my anxiety. And, I let things slip. And he calls his anxiety his lifelong pal and whatever. He says, I'm not alone. I'm not alone in this. And more importantly, like everyone lives like this. They overschedule, they overthink, they overwork. And I just have to say that I feel seen.
Yeah.
I was like, this is me. It's me.
And that's where I wanted to end this because we're closer in age, and you set this up perfectly. Thank you very much, Bridget.
Anytime. This was not even planned, guys.
We're closer in age to Ryan Reynolds than Naomi Osaka is.
Yes.
Weird as that is. And I think the way Ryan Reynolds and the people I've talked to personally, the way Ryan Reynolds deals with it of saying anxiety is my lifelong friend, depression is my lifelong friend, suicidal tendencies are my lifelong friend, whatever they are, whatever your issues are, learning to live a life that still is a functioning member of society, because none of us can go be hermits. I mean, we could, but in the way modern society works,
I'll pass.
You have to have a lot of money to make that setup. You have to be Howard Hughes, It's not like you can just go off in the woods and do a Bon Iver that often.
Not often.
And that was for a very limited amount of time. That was for art. If you're doing it for art, that's one other thing. But learning to do the Ryan Reynolds thing of saying, I understand I am going to have to make some sacrifices and this isn't going to be easy, but I'm going to fight it and I'm going to keep fighting. And I know I'm going to have these boundaries, but I'm also going to work with people. Seems like the world still's got to keep turning, guys.
Seems like a good compromise.
Instead of just saying, I'm not doing it. I don't like that you did this to me. I don't like that. I felt like you kicked me when I'm down, when the reporter is just doing their job. Because the reporter is your access to the people that that pay $65 a month for their cable TV subscription because they want to watch Tennis Channel.
Yeah.
That then pays the tournament $10 million to pay you $5 million. So
to play a game.
So I hope we can come to a place where we normalize the fact that we don't shame people for having cancer. We don't shame people for having mental health challenges. And we can say, I'm going to fight this. I'm going to work with this. I'm going to be respectful of it, but I'm also still going to do my job.
I saw the link and all I saw was like something about tennis. And I was like, oh, great. Another tennis story. We're going to talk about tennis. So I'm really glad to hear where this story went. It was a great way to wrap up kind of Mental Health Awareness Month. So.
We should do a Wimbledon themed episode when that.
No, thanks.
No, because we can wear all white and we can drink. What's the Wimbledon joke? Or not the Wimbledon joke, the Wimbledon drink. What is it?
Don't know. Never been. Actually, I have been. When I lived in London, I took a little field trip to go peek at it.
Drink. It's a like very famous thing. I can think of the. It's a Pim's cup.
Oh my God.
So we could drink Pim's cup and wear all white. And
I just got weirdly excited. Abby, I don't know if you're listening. I don't know if you're a listener, but my good friend Abby and we have some history with Pim's.
So we could have Pim's cups and cucumber sandwiches, and it'd be a lot of fun. It'd be a good theme.
Oh
I know
God.
you love a theme party.
Pim's cup. I'm here for a Pim's cup.
But yeah, so I almost picked another story. It's also about tennis. It's about a girl that was standing in the middle of the tennis court. She wouldn't move. Do you know what her name was?
What?
Annette.
Oh!
A little bit lighter way to go. Into break.
What? All right, guys, we're back, and I'm super excited to talk about this.
This was not your original.
It was not. I changed
it up. You're scaring me.
Whoop, whoop. I love tricking Nick at the last minute. So my product is like a free product. So can we still call it a product?
I think it is.
I think so. It's a resource that is provided for free by our friends at the DNR. So,
let's be clear here. It's provided at no charge.
Okay, I'm
Nothing's
sorry.
Free.
Okay.
Our tax dollars pay for this.
I'm happy to have my tax dollars pay for this because really my printer ink is what I have to pay for. So there's a program that I stumbled across through the DNR, and it is called the Wisconsin Explorer Program. So I'm sure if you're not in Wisconsin, check out your DNR or your local parks or something like that might have something like this. And it is a way to get people outside. So kids specifically, obviously, but like parents telling your kids, giving them something to do. And it's like a little booklet that you can pick up at most state parks. If not, you can download the PDF and print it yourself. And it has you discovering things. So like you can, once you fill out the booklet and do all of the things, you can request a patch. So like, think of Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts and you get your little patch for your vest. So to me, I was like, well, Elliot would love this. It's like he likes a goal. Here, check things off the list. And then you get a little prize. So it's like clean up litter or find this certain animal or see if you can explore, it's just finding things out in the state parks. So it makes people go outside. I think I've discussed on here before the 1,000 Hours Outside program, which I found as well somewhere. And it's a challenge constantly. We're working on it all the time with our kids, but it's like, you've maybe heard the saying, like, if your kids are crabby, throw them in the water or put them outside. Those are like the things you do, and it changes everyone's mood. So I thought for goal-oriented people, such as myself and my son, this little booklet is great. It's like a little scavenger hunt out in nature, and it is provided at no cost from the DNR in Wisconsin. And I would love to hear if other states, if you guys find it as well. Go explore this summer.
I'm going to throw a surprise in, too, that's going to combine a news story, a friend shout-out, a product. No charge product recommendation. So I saw this from our friend Courtney Nobilio. The fifth graders at St. Francis de Sales, Bridget's fine alma mater.
Yes.
Look at them in their lovely uniforms.
Oh, I love those.
Not a casual
those
day.
Those have not changed since I was a child.
There is a small little nature preserve, used to be a dump on the outskirts of Lake Geneva called Four Seasons Nature Preserve.
Yeah.
And the fifth graders evidently wrote a story and illustrated it about the different things you can see at that. And they are now taking first graders around and showing them everything. So maybe that's
cool.
another thing you can do for Elliot.
Okay, I love this. I mean, really.
I think it's in your favorite publication, second favorite one, Lake Geneva Regional News. You can learn more about it there.
That is my second favorite publication.
Check that out. My real recommendation, though, is a Weber grill. If you are going to go get a grill this Memorial Day, like a lot of people are, buy a Weber. I would strongly recommend them. They are more expensive than charbroil or things like that, but they are very well made. I bought another Weber. Actually, I bought two Webers recently. I bought another little Smoky Joe because I left one somewhere and it's $30. I didn't care that much. But they are the best of the small little ones. They actually last. You can actually cook. We cooked on fire. And like
we all got sunburned.
Oh my God. I was going to make a joke about how red are you. Got it up to like 1,300 degrees. And that's another great news story. A-Rod's launching men's makeup.
Whoa. Oh boy.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
He wears men's makeup.
Cheating on J-Lo and put on makeup. But anyway, they're a great quality. If you're looking for a grill and you're asking me for a recommendation, I would definitely say look at Weber.
Yep.
If you want a gas grill, get a Weber. If you want a charcoal one, get a Weber. If you want other things, we can talk.
I've got a Weber.
Big green eggs are great. Webers are awesome.
Yeah, it was a housewarming gift from my in-laws, and it's so fun.
They are in Palatine, Illinois. They are super nice people. They
are?
Yep.
That's where my cousins live. Hey, guys.
I had the opportunity to go down there. We did an interview much earlier in the podcast history with their master griller. I had the opportunity to go down there, and they have this amazing, like, Willy Wonka setup they have all their grills inside under it has to be the world's largest vent hood. What? And you can grill inside because they do demo classes and, like, recipe development. So I got to do a little recipe development thing with them there, and it was just, like, so much fun. Kelsey Hyde Camp, shout out. And so, yeah, I would just really strongly, if you're going to get a grill, buy some serious quality. You know, it's buy $100 pair of boots or buy a $10 pair of boots.
Buy the $100?
You're going to be much better off. So that's my shout out to Weber Grills. Fine products. I know a lot of people are going shopping for that stuff now, so just spend the extra money.
Just write Nick a note and ask if you have questions.
Be right back.
Hey guys, we're back. Nick's really excited.
I promised. How Wisconsin are you? I'm sorry, how Sconsin are you?
We teased this earlier.
We are here. So I have a list.
I'm nervous.
Of 15 questions about how Wisconsin are you. We're going to see if Bridget's done it, if I've done it. There's actually a couple that are like, is it the correct answer or not?
Do you need a pen or are you going to score us?
And we're going to see who's the most Sconsin. But most importantly, thank you, we are going to put this on like a Google form thing, and we'll have the link in the show notes, and we want you to take it, see how Wisconsin you are, and if somebody gets 15 out of 15, we'll send you some sort of prize. We're not sure what it'll be, but we'll send you some sort of prize.
We're trusting your honesty.
Yeah, like take a screenshot and send it to us, and we'll get you a prize.
We'll make sure we have that info in the show notes for you. Okay, man, let's do it.
Have you ever used a time machine?
A time machine?
Oh, you don't even know what one
is? I'm going to answer no, because I don't even know what you're talking about.
TYME.
Oh, time machine. Yes, I got my mom's card stuck in one once, because I did the wrong pin too many times.
For those of you, which are many of you, that aren't listening in Wisconsin, Time, TYME, is a ATM network that was all we had in Wisconsin until 2005 or something. So everybody in Wisconsin called it a time machine forever instead of an ATM machine. Also, you shouldn't call it an ATM machine because you're saying automated teller machine.
Yes, pet peeve. That is pet peeve. Oh my God, time machines. I forgot about them.
Time machines.
They were white with red letters.
Yes, they were huge too. They were bigger than everybody. When I went to DC in high school and had to use my debit card out there, I'm like, hey, where's the time machine? And people are like, what are you?
You can't travel back in time, bro.
What are you? I'm like, no, the time machine. You put your debit card. And they're like, an ATM? I'm like, no, a time machine. Very how Sconsin am I?
Oh my God. Okay, that's so funny.
Have you ever gone on vacation to a cabin up north?
Sure have. Yes, I have. So many times.
I have not.
What?
I don't have friends with cabins up north.
What?
I've gone camping up north, but I've never done the cabin up north.
I can't believe that. I've never been camping up north, but why would I? Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have.
I think the cabin's more Wisconsin than camping.
It is. I did go camping on Tyler's 30th birthday,
So that's ahead of you.
So
there's a correct answer to this one now. This third question.
Okay.
Is Madison 80 miles from Milwaukee, or is it an hour and a half drive from Milwaukee?
Hour and a half drive.
That is the correct answer. In Wisconsin, we do not say miles. We say, it's about, I'd say about a 2-hour drive there, eh?
Which I'm so grateful for because the mileage, man.
It's inconsequential.
Yes, it does not matter.
What are we doing? Trying to figure out if our car can get there or not? There's a quick trip on the way. Get some more gas. Get some donuts.
I went to go get tacos at Chuck's the other night.
Caruba.
And it's 7 miles away, and it takes me like 24 minutes to get to the other side of the lake. So, no.
Does the California Happy Cows commercial personally offend you?
Yes, it does for so many reasons.
I get so freaking angry at that commercial.
Also,
fuck you, California. Fuck you.
Once I went to the Price is Right, which was like a dream come true, and we wore cow shirts because we were from Wisconsin. You try and get noticed, whatever. And yeah, I was like, I'm wearing a cow shirt because I'm from Wisconsin and I'm in California for this taping.
I'm obviously personally offended, so that's a point for each of us.
Yes.
Do you have a deer head mounted on your wall?
Oh, hell no. I'd draw the line there.
I don't either.
That's very weird.
That's
Sorry,
zeros
people
for
who
both
have
of
dead
us.
animals hanging in their house.
Have you worn Packers gear to church on Sunday?
Oh, also never. That's not.
I have.
You have?
Yeah, we had like a Packers thing once, and I was very uncomfortable with it. I'm like, I don't think God really cares. I mean, I know Vince Lombardi's God family, the Green Bay Packers, but
I generally don't wear Packers gear ever unless it's a game day. Like I have a Packers running shirt, and I wouldn't wear it running today. I thought it was trash.
What do you think of when you hear "bang the drum all day"?
I don't want to work. I just want to bang on the drum all day.
There's one correct answer to this. Packers scoring a touchdown.
I said sporting events.
Yes, all right. I'll give you a point
okay, giving me. You're right.
For those of you that haven't been to Lambeau Field or watched Packer games ever, they annoyingly play. Mm-hmm. It's fun the first time. It's like, yeah, Packers scored. But I like it then when they like score 3 times in like 5 minutes, some sort of, and it's
this
like
is dumb.
The damn song plays like 72 times. It's also like when the Wisconsin Badgers do like this push-up thing where Bucky does push-ups in the air, and it's like 72-0, and Bucky, and they like score twice, and Bucky hasn't even got done with the first set of 72 and has to do now 79 push-ups.
Well, there are 7 Buckies, so they should just trade them.
They should. There's 7 Buckies?
Yeah.
Wow,
or there was when we were in college.
What brown liquor do you put in your old-fashioned?
I don't drink them, but brandy.
I put rye whiskey in mine.
You do? No, brandy is the right answer, though, for Wisconsin.
Brandy is the right one. Congratulations.
Come on, bro. I really want to like old fashions, but like, I don't.
They're very good with rye whiskey.
I'm a clear liquor person.
Do you own any camo or blaze orange?
No. This is where I draw my Wisconsin line.
I have a hat at work. I'm not going to take credit for this because it's just like some supplier gave it to me, but I do wear that when we're down in like areas where there may be hunters, but I'm going to say no.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Is it a bubbler or a water fountain?
Oh, well, to me, bubbler is a very Milwaukee thing. It wasn't a Wisconsin. I call it a water fountain. I know.
I do too.
Yeah.
But that is the wrong answer
I know.
if you're going to be a real true Scotty.
I didn't realize bubbler was a Wisconsin thing. I thought it was specifically a Milwaukee thing.
Have you ever hit a deer in a car that you were driving?
Okay, the quick answer is no. But also, I think yes, and it was like an out-of-body experience. I didn't actually hit it, but my sisters and I were on a road trip, and we weren't in Wisconsin, and it was 2 a.m.
I have not personally hit one. I was in the car with my dad coming back from a Badger High School basketball game that he was scoring. I think Travis was playing, in fact.
Hey.
And we hit it in front of Nancy Cassidy's house, and I swear to God, I thought the car was going to explode.
I think this counts.
We parked it down. No, it's if you personally did it. We parked it down across from the house, and like the radiator was hissing. I remember running. This was like kind of after we blew up Bosnia or something once. I was watching on CNN, and I ran from the car, jumped in a ditch and screamed, "She gonna blow!"
Seriously?
Yeah, but it didn't blow up.
I am really terrified of that all the time.
Your car blowing up?
Hitting deer.
Oh, well, you got a Jeep. You'll be fine.
Okay,
it's
cool.
rugged.
Cool.
Was there a polka played at your wedding?
Oh, no. But there should have been. That would have been fun.
Yeah, what the hell? I thought this would have been yes for sure from you.
Well, I got married. I was like in a moment in my life where I was like, I live in a city. I don't want to be Wisconsin like this.
We had the stupid chicken dance that some idiots requested.
Yeah.
We tried very hard to tell our DJ.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed in our DJ. We had some like rules that he didn't follow, and we paid him up front.
Oh, I was very good friends with my DJ because we were in the industry at the time. So they listened to me. So thanks, guys. Love you.
We also played an unacceptable amount of country.
Sound by design if you need a DJ.
Pretty pissed off.
I loved my wedding music, but no polka.
Over or under 4 garnishes in your Bloody Mary?
Do I want more?
Yep.
Yeah, I want more.
I think Bloody Marys
Over.
are gross. I am not Wisconsinite.
My Aunt Mary, comes to Wisconsin for Bloody Marys. Like, can we go to that place? And it's Sobelman's is the place she's talking about.
2 more questions.
Okay.
Have you ever said, the state bird really should be the mosquito?
No, I've never said that, but I agree with it.
You know what? I'll give you a half point
Give me
there.
a half, a 0.5.
I'm going to give myself a half point of that one, too, because no, I haven't said it, but people legit say that all the freaking time.
They're not wrong. But it's the same in Illinois.
Finally, have you ever had a serious conversation with someone about, no other state can party like we do in Sconsin?
A serious conversation about it?
Maybe you've had several beers. Maybe you're at a party in a different state, and they're like, yeah, I hear you people in Wisconsin can drink. What do you think about this?
I've had a conversation about it. It's been probably at a party and probably like when UW-Madison got voted like number 2 party school.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've had that conversation.
Me too.
Sure.
To everybody else, you suck at partying. Come to Wisconsin. We're the best.
But also, this made us sound real trashy. I do get very offended when people are like, you Midwesterners. And I'm like, you know what? 1, listen to the country song Flyover States and it'll help you understand. 2, people are nice here. Like, I've gone out to the coast and I love a good New York City. So... But I feel like I need to defend the Midwest a little. All right, where are we at, man?
Bridget, you kicked my ass.
Whoop, whoop.
You have 9.5. I have 7.5.
Oh, man. You got some work to do.
I do.
Wow, where did I get you?
I don't know. Did I not count right?
I feel like we had like one thing different.
I have 8.5. I have 8.5.
Math is hard, guys.
So we're going to put up a Google form. There's some things I'll judge you on. Maybe I'll give you half points, or Bridget will, I don't know, one of us will check them.
One of us will do it.
So we're going to get that up. We'll have it in the show notes. This is going to be hard, I think, to get all 15. So if you get 15, we'll get you a prize.
I don't think it's going to be hard.
Maybe.
But listen, we expect your honesty because we're from the Midwest and we are nice people.
Exactly.
All right, guys. That was fun. I hope you liked this little fun segment of ours. Nick
Trying to
had
just
a
come
good
up with some fun stuff,
Yeah. Okay, we're back to talking about food.
More food.
Which is another funny.
Sconsin.
I just feel like this is where I'm at in life right now. So the meal plan this week starts with Memorial Day. It's Monday. It's side dishes. Okay. So Monday is Memorial Day and the meal plan starts that day. And I was like, you know what? People are probably like grilling or making burgers and they've got that figured out. So the meal plan has 2 side dishes on it because I'm a side dish kind of girl. Like I want the snacks. So we have, tomato basil cheddar cheese biscuits and
Recipe by Ron.
Bacon wrapped asparagus. So you can't go wrong with either of these. I'm choosing both of them because I chose the side dishes from the meal plan this week. Because remember, you can't round out your meal without your carbs and your vegetables. So anyway, I just picked the side dishes. I thought it was something a little bit different. They both sound delicious to me and I would eat them and call it lunch as I ate a bowl of broccoli and called it dinner.
Did you know I was going to pick this one?
Once you said, you know what I'm going to pick, I went back and looked. I was like, oh yeah.
This is a Korean Vietnamese barbecue pork chop recipe. It comes from Bill Kim's Korean cooking cookbook. Do I have it here? Nope.
No.
I have it somewhere else. Anyway, it's a great cookbook. Highly recommend it. A lot of really good recipes. I did some tweaking to it because it needed a little bit of tweaking, I thought. So I tweaked it a little bit, but it's a like savory, sweet, spicy barbecued pork chop thingy that is freaking delicious. Have it with some rice, some green onion.
Delish.
It is so damn good. Pork chops are where it's at because they're cheaper than beef steaks. They can take more different flavors than beef steaks.
They're healthier.
Yeah. So
Right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
Go with the pork
We
chops.
like pork chops.
Get good at cooking the pork chops. Highly recommend that.
Oh, yeah. All right, guys. You know what it's time for?
Kid Corner. All right.
Whew, Kid Corner. So Mine's not necessarily funny as usual lately. I can't ever top Lucy barfing and pooping all over herself or whatever we did.
And then eating it.
One time. But so we're in this like tremendous year of growth, in my opinion, for Elliot. He went from like my little kid to like a teenager when he turned 5, and he's in school for the first time. And so this moment like made me be like, okay, so we're all in, like, once your kid enters the school system, you will see it totally changes, and you're suddenly like, oh shit, I gotta sign him up for this and this and this, if you are a parent that likes to do extracurriculars, which we support. So anyway, I'm very excited for him to play basketball. Obviously, he has the height of my husband. He's
already
very
6'7". It's unbelievable.
Elliot is up, if you're watching, he's up to my bra line, and he's 5. So he's very tall.
Comment.
Well, I mean, I didn't know how else to describe it.
I mean, you were kind of pointing, for people that are not watching.
But if they're not watching, I was
kind of like pointing and
at
like
my boobs.
touching and like.
Hey, I can do that. My body, my choice, man. Which I've taught my kids, which is great, you'd think. But Lucy is like, no, Mom, no touch. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fair.
Great.
But I need to change your diaper. So anyway, so we were over at my in-laws, and they have a basketball hoop, and Elliot, usually he just like dicks around and like plays ball, rides a bike, but Tyler and Elliot like had a serious basketball practice, and Tyler was like telling him exactly how you hold the ball and shoot, and Elliot was like doing the like getting pissed off if he didn't make every basket, and it was adorable. And this felt like this was the first like real this is where I'm going. I'm not a crier, but yeah, people might cry right now. But
I don't cry, but I understand if you do.
But I understand if you have emotions. But it was really cool. It felt like he was old. Okay, so I'm just here to share that moment, and I also want to share, because I forgot until I'm talking about it, I beat Tyler in Pig. We played Pig, not Horse, and I beat him. Okay, but anyway, this is about my kids. Elliot's learning how to play basketball, and like,
congratulations.
Yeah, we want him to grow up and be a prodigy. Is that too much to ask? Okay.
And then he cannot do press conferences because he has borders.
Oh no, I'm gonna make him do it.
All right.
Just kidding.
Again, Bridget, you're just teeing me up. I felt like we have a little bit of a transition week. My little girl, not so much my baby. I walked in Target, saw the baby clothes, like the cute summer girl, like rompers, and I started like crying.
Because Nick's a crier.
She used to wear cute clothes like that. And she has like some very adorable, cute outfits. Now, let's not be, hasty. But I was just kind of like, But this week, this kind of like last 4-day stretch, at work, we're starting to look at things in sprints. So I'm also trying to like,
yes.
Do things that way. This like 4-day like block of my week, she did some things that I think we might be starting to have like toddler, losing the sweet little baby. She's still a great kid, but we, Sarah and her were at Target, and she picked out a toy and wouldn't let it go and made her mom buy it for her. Oh. To be fair, she's never done this before. We haven't got her new toys in, I don't know, 6 months, honestly, since Christmas. We haven't really bought anything new. We got a trampoline and a wheelbarrow for outside because she likes to pick up rocks. But like an actual toy, no. It's a Coco Melon doctor set.
Oh, I was like, was it the doll that we have? It's so
Lucy also loved.
Yeah, well, she got the annoying doll instead.
So she did that. She started screeching like a freaking pterodactyl, and she thinks it's fun, and I think it's like she's enjoying using her voice.
I hate that.
But she's just like,
growth and learning. You know who does that? That is Lenny right there.
So she just does that. We were all eating dinner the other day, yesterday, in fact, at the time of recording, and we all got done, and she's sitting there, like, noshing a little bit more, and looks up and smiles and goes, ah! And we're like, don't react. Just don't react. We're trying very hard to just be like, okay, that's fun that you did that.
Okay, please stop. Don't ever do that again.
And then finally, we had our first ever temper tantrum.
Your first temper tantrum?
Like, legit, she was sitting on my lap. We were reading a book. It was the morning, like, slightly before I had to get changed to go to school. She had her jammers on, having a great time. And then I don't know what happened, but she literally just randomly takes the book, throws it, jumps off my lap, goes running to find her mom, runs to the wrong side of the house, screams because her mom's not there, runs to the other side of the house, finds her mom, screams at her mom, and we're like, okay, let's put your clothes on. We can get going outside to go to school. Takes all of the drawers, throws all the clothes out.
Yeah.
Fights getting dressed, doesn't want to go in the car, doesn't want to go outside, just sits there and cries, and it's like, whoa.
This is a tough moment Shannon's going through this with Max a little, where you're like, oh, remember how I said I had this really sweet, cute kid? And they still are those things, but also they're toddlers.
So,
yep.
Hopefully less of that.
I'm sorry for you. This is just the beginning.
Hopefully
I'm going to bring you down to reality.
More of,
they're so
cute little rompers.
No, haven't I discussed the article, and you are years away from this, but when you cross the aisle at Target, that's when it's really bad.
Oh, I believe that.
So when you're out of the 5T and you cross over to the young kids 4-5, there's a whole article about crossing the aisle at Target, and if you're a Target shopper, And that was hard for me.
IYK.
Okay, we're too old for that.
Anyway.
Oh, boy.
Happy Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Please don't forget that this isn't about veterans. This is about people that died serving our country. It's a great grill out weekend. It's a great weekend to do gardening, things with your friends. But please remember that it's about the people that died serving our country and protecting freedom, as douchey as that sounds. I can't ever say it seriously because it's been co-opted. But please go do something to remember those people. Do your part to be grateful to that, and more importantly, to support those that they left behind.
If your town has a little parade or ceremony, anything like that, that's a great way to go. And you can thank someone in person, maybe a family member that lost someone. I know Nick and I do that almost every year in our respective towns.
Not last year.
Last year it didn't happen. But anyway, happy Memorial Day. Thanks so much for listening.
Have a great week. Remember, we have our House Sconsin RU challenge we're going to call it challenge, so it's like TikTok. So it's in the show notes. Check out the show notes. Follow along. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all the things, all the stuff.
Hello at dinnerplusdrinks.com. We love to hear from you guys. Have a great week.
Ta-ta.
Bye-bye.